Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Cold Open Cup round of 64. We are chugging along through the second half of this round of 64 weekend with another very exciting matchup. A bit of a seed discrepancy between these two teams. We got Bob going against J4F, two short and sweet team names. Hopefully not a short and sweet match. As always, my name is Sparky, and I am joined in the commentary booth by none other than Pice. Pice, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm excited to see this match, and I hope we see a nice tight match, and hopefully J4F can outperform their seed.
Yeah, for sure. As I was alluding to a little bit before, J4F and Bob are almost as wide as you can get without it being a 1 vs 64 matchup. It is our 56th seed J4F going up against our number 9 seed Bob. And if the previous unstreamed match is anything to go by, definitely do not underestimate some of these lower seeded teams. We were 26 points away from a tiebreaker between two very, very good teams. These lower or these earlier rounds definitely do bring those AC players back into the equation if they struggled on the qualifiers. So who knows? Anything can still happen.
Exactly. Anything is up to chance right now, and so we don't know enough about how these players will have done on these maps until we watch the match.
Yeah, for sure. So for right now, we are waiting for the warm-ups to get loaded up here. I think one team did have one. I think J4F opted not to have a warm-up, so we'll probably just only have one before we really get in there. In terms of the teams themselves, Bob is staffed by Ramsky, Blankface74, and Limoncello. One of my favorite drinks, personally. And J4F is staffed by Toybon Gaming, NTSCB, and Motomi 2004. So it'll be interesting to see if any substitutions are going to be coming into play depending on the map styling. It'll be interesting to see if they use their full complement of players.
Yeah, and all right, it's looking like we're going to get a little bit of a harder warm-up than the map pool.
Yeah, because it's 7 key. Wait, there's a 4 key difficulty. So wait, yeah, okay. They're specifying there's a 4 key difficulty. This might be the top diff. Okay. The map link might have had the top diff listed. Okay, there we go. Before we destroy the players, it's a 4 key tournament. We're playing 7 key warm-ups. Not allowed in the Cold Open Cup. Unfortunately, we're not that lax of the rule.
God, the rules would have been so fun.
Just warm up 7 key, come on.
Yeah, just warm up with some 7 key. You got the 3 extra lanes. Just use your same 4 fingers.
Yep. And hit 7 buttons with 4 fingers. Come on. Simple.
Exactly. There are probably some top 7 key players that play with only 4 fingers. I mean, you got those fancy, what is it, 2DX controllers?
Yeah, 2DX controllers, 2DX grips, and hand positions. It's all too complicated for my brain to handle.
Same here. I am just a simple 4 key player, and I'm not even good at that. So
same. It's the best time ever.
For sure. So looks like we're just waiting for some players to put on some mods, whether it be like mirror. We do have a good complement of visual mod players in this tournament. I've already seen some hiddens, fade-ins, and flashlights being used. Unironically, in this tournament so far.
I saw the hiddens, I did not see the fade-ins and flashlights.
That's crazy. I think the fade-in players are coming later this weekend. I know there are for sure some flashlight players based on the qualifier results. And some of the score posting has been going on. Yeah, we got Limoncello, one of our
hidden players. And then we have a Hard Rock.
Oh, lovely. Maybe wanting to dial in their accuracy, see where they're at right now. That, or maybe just deflect a little bit. Maybe not show off some of those higher end scores.
Limoncello kind of popping off on this right now, though. Just holding a 99 for a long time.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see with hidden mod players. You always tend to associate hidden in this game with hitting early. But right now the UR bar is trending over to that right-hand side as things start to get a little bit denser. But still holding on to the combo. Very impressive so far.
Yeah, the only one still holding an FC. And I don't know if that Hard Rock pick was correct.
Maybe it's just to try and disguise some information. I think this is Bob's warm-up, so maybe don't want to give away how good you are in something a little bit later game. This might actually be out of the range of the tournament, if I'm being quite honest.
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, it might be, because it's somewhat dense LN and also pretty release heavy from what I've seen. But I'm still very impressed by how well Limoncello is doing, as well as Ramsey.
Yeah, for sure.
Very impressive scores. But I mean, that's why they're the 9th seed. They're seeded to go far. They're seeded to get to maps, maybe not as hard as these, but to get to maps nearly as hard as these. And so they're showing, at least to me, they're showing that they could hold up through the increasing skill.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely maintain a level of physicality that could get them far in this tournament. So bodes well for them. Maybe giving away a bit of information here, but I mean, it is a warm-up. You can't win in the warm-up, but you can definitely lose in the warm-up.
Exactly.
And as we chalk that invisible point off the board, gonna see if we can get into the match proceedings here. Unless there was a second map loaded up here.
Oh, it looks like there might have been a second. Oh, yikes. Oh, okay.
Something a little bit sillier now. That's only 52 seconds, yeah.
This is going to be the world's best map, I can just tell. Oh my goodness. It just keeps getting better.
I've definitely heard worse.
It's true. But
go ahead.
It's just a little extra.
Yeah.
It's going a little crazy right now.
Oh, it's definitely going off. I think the thing is that we can qualify this as music.
It's true.
Like, I've definitely heard warm-ups where it's just noise.
I mean, yeah, it's true.
So,
definitely, for sure.
For sure. But for right now, we're just waiting on, I believe, Team Bob to download the map. Might be a little bit of an internet connection, keeping us from getting the second warm-up underway, but it should be relatively quick.
Yeah, 52 seconds.
Yeah, and I can almost comfortably say that it is J4F's warm-up. It is a map with the name Vietnam in it. Both players currently in the lobby for J4F are Vietnamese, so...
Lemon, I don't know.
Yeah, for...
Looks like there might be a substitution for the warm-up.
Yeah, the good thing is for the warm-ups, you can have all 3 players in the lobby for the warm-ups. Don't count towards anything. This is really just to get the players situated and stuff, so...
Yep. Help shake off some of the nerves.
For sure, so maybe Limoncello gonna restart their client, maybe unable to download the map. Or that, or they're just gonna 0-point FC their way through it.
Of course.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to burn too much stamina doing warm-ups like this, especially when you need finger control and concentration to handle the maps in this pool.
It's just like, it's a very still an act-focused level in the tournament, and so you kind of just gotta make sure that stays intact.
Yeah, you can get the adrenaline going by playing some of these more physically oriented maps, and next thing you know, you get the jitters and you start rushing everything, and then that ratio just goes out the window. So definitely do want to tread with caution here.
For sure. It looks like we might be getting underway soon. Alright, yeah, we're getting started with this second warm-up now.
Yeah, would not be surprised if Lemon's screen doesn't load up here.
Yeah.
So, oh well. Just a nice little 52-second break for them to maybe think about what the protects and bans are going to be.
For sure.
Maybe build up some of that luck for the rolls as well. Very important.
We gotta get some of the best luck.
Yeah,
I
just
want to see a 99 and a 100.
Oh, that would be fantastic. I know earlier this week we had a 98 and a 93.
Yeesh, that's tight.
Yeah, that. As always, I always predict the monumental 100 to 1 roll.
Yeah. 100 to 1. Well, geez, Ramsey's kind of popping up.
Yeah, that is
Good
a very
score.
impressive score. Yep. Almost a
Very, very
V1SS.
Wow, that's pretty good. All right. And so now it is time for the rolls.
Chào tất cả mọi người, cảm ơn mọi người. Chúng mình là thì mọi người thấy cũng như là J4F là một nhóm tổng công cúc vậy.
All right.
Get the mood going, play that.
Get the hype going. 83.
All right.
97.
Wow. Okay, so J4F going to be winning the roll here.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have the option to choose to protect first or second. Regardless of that decision, they will be playing or picking the first map in this match.
Mm-hmm.
So of course, our referee asking Toybon if they want to first or second. It's a very important decision here. They're gonna opt to go first. So the protect's gonna come out. Looking at the qualifier results, it'd be interesting to see what J4F want to go for here. I guess it's like Moon Halo or Loneliness in the future getting protected here. Some of these lower physicality maps.
Yeah. Especially with what we saw from warm-ups. It seemed like Team Bob was very, very comfortable on the higher end stuff. And that could, yeah, carry over.
Yeah, for sure. That, I mean, Strange Inventor is also a outside shot, but it is going to be Carnation being protected here.
Full protect?
Yeah, it has enough of everything that can throw you off. Maybe some missed potential or maybe some accuracy drops to be counted on.
Yep. Alright, and then Hybrid 2 getting protected. God, such a banger.
Yeah, two really good maps being protected here. Mentan, Pin, Doradora. Going to be the protect here for Team Bob. So Team Bob up to ban first. Be trying to see what they get rid of here.
Okay, so Loneliness in the future is getting banned. And so
Yeah.
that kind of makes sense. It was kind of on the road for maybe a protect there. So that's getting banned by Bob. And then let's see what J4F chooses to ban.
Yeah, an unsurprising ban there coming out. Bob definitely struggled a little bit in comparison to their Rice scores on the qualifiers. And Toybon gonna opt ban LN1 also. Yeah, nobody wants to play this LN. It's turbo banned.
Clearly, LN1 is the worst map in the pool.
At least according to these two teams, yes.
These
So
two
LN,
teams, I trust their opinions.
that is fair and valid. If both teams decide to ban a map, it just gets removed from the map pool. Like nobody has to play it anymore.
Of course.
That is not the rule. Please don't take that seriously, everybody watching along. But there will need to be a official ban from J4F coming out. So LN1 not going to be able to be banned because it already is banned. Probably just going to move to like LN2 or 3.
Will it be LN2? Will it be LN3? LN3.
LN3. Yeah, and that always seems to be the case with tournaments like this, where if you don't have SV in the pool, LN becomes like the next targeting point for bans.
Especially for beginner tournaments.
For sure. So, 2 LNs gotten rid of, and J4F up to pick first.
Yep.
I mean, don't want to play any of the LNs? I mean, maybe just go for your Protect right out of the gate. Carnation or Moon Halo seem like really good picks for J4F to go into right now.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I don't know. We'll see.
We shall see. 2-minute timer up on the clock. Definitely don't want to let your referee decide for you, lest it be LN2 getting rolled out. Bracket. Not the end of the world for the team that loses, just will be dropped down into that lower bracket. So good luck to all players. So for a really tight matchup here. Alrighty, we're seeing some 300s traded back and forth. J4F with a very narrow lead. Limoncello dropping a couple 200s on that first little bit of a burst here. Gonna drop it down to that low 99%. Gonna drop it down to the 98% now.
That could... I don't know. It's looking like J4F might have a slow advantage on, at least in this intro.
Yeah, for sure. Narrowest of margins to work with for right now going into the second quarter of the map.
Another 200 out of Limoncello.
Yeah, they just seem to be clocking some of these patterns a little bit early, trying to make sure they're staying on top of the beat, maybe overcompensating just a little bit here. But right now, Ramsky doing a bit of heavy lifting right now. Highest accuracy in the lobby, at least compared to their J4F counterparts, both of whom are hovering in that 99.4% range. It is definitely average versus spread versus between these four players right now. And as we take stock of the situation, it is thousands of points being traded, but NTSTB finds the first miss, and that is going to swing things in favor of Bob massively right now. You see that red bar spiking despite the 200s being dropped by Limoncello. They pale in comparison to that miss from J4F.
Yep, the miss is gonna really hold them back because before that they were looking very solid. But Limoncello has recovered a lot of their AC, and both Toybon and NT have really kind of, I think, mostly lost it on the ratio and not too many 200s.
Yeah, for sure. And Ramsky is really starting to do some heavy lifting here for Team Bob. 99.73, head and shoulders above everybody else in terms of accuracy. And despite the couple of 200s from Limoncello, the fact that they're both holding on to the FCs is really doing the damage right now. As we make our way into the last sliver of the map, I mean, NTSCB about to hit that 400 combo cap, but the damage has been done. You definitely don't have a lot of room for error on a map like this. Only 900 notes, so that was indeed going to be the nail in the coffin. And Bob is going to take the first point in this matchup, make it 1-0.
The V1SS by Ramsky.
Oh my goodness, an incredible run from them. 160 300s. Very clean run. Just, I mean, barely making it over that 990k mark. Definitely one of the higher scores in the round. And boy, do I see it.
Why did you say that?
Listen, it's been a very long day.
I don't like seeing it.
Just put your finger over the score. Don't worry, you can make it go away. It's gone.
Oh,
We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness. But with that being said, that is a break point going the way of Team Bob. Opportunity to double up here, should they want to take advantage of it.
Okay, so it looks like Blank Face will be coming in for Team Bob, I think, yes? Yeah. And then Rice 1. And Blank Face in for Lemon.
Very courteous from Team Bob announcing the substitutions. Don't leave anything up to guessing or disconnections or assumptions. Just letting them know.
Yep.
And it is going to be Hoshino Ujisama coming out. Rice 1, our jump stream pick of the pool.
Yep. Chip. My favorite.
Yeah, very good skill set to have in the back pocket. Limoncello gonna need to leave the lobby. Always gotta love these first tournament experiences, especially with team tournaments. Sometimes you forget that if you're not playing, you do need to vacate the building. So Blankface going to be coming in for Limoncello, going to be backing up Ramsky here. Looks like no substitutions for J4F, Toybon Gaming, and NTSCB. Going to be pushing their way through on this one unless we have any last-minute substitutions.
It looks like we're going to be getting in pretty soon. We're waiting for Toy Bomb. Alright.
It's always that one.
There we go.
Nice. So, gonna get the second map underway. There's gonna be Rice 1 coming out, second map of this best of 7. Blankface 74 coming in to back up Ramsky off the back of a breakpoint taken by Team Bob. An opportunity to double up, an opportunity for J4F to make amends for giving over that breakpoint, maybe take one of their own. As we wait for Banjo to get everything synced up, we're gonna hear this introduction once again.
Alright. And it's looking like Ramsky and Blankface are holding pretty good act, and Toybon and NT are just, it's very close actually right now. Oh, Toybon with the miss. Oh no.
Right on the transition, but the one good thing is that it is very early on inside of that first quarter of the map, so not going to be as much damage as could be done, but these 200 coming out from NT is CB is a little bit concerning, dropping him down into that 98% range. Toybon as well, maybe not as comfortable with these stream sections, definitely falling a little bit behind compared to their Bob counterparts. Ramsky 99.4, Blankface 99.2, and 2 FCs on the board as well.
Yep, 2 FCs for Bob, and it looks Blankface is dropping a few 200s in there, but the ratio is still being pretty good for both Ramsky and Blankface, and NT and Toybon are continuing to make some drops, but Toybon is holding the combo now and have hit the 400 combo cap, so we're just kind of seeing as we go into this next stream section where we end up.
Yeah, just kind of closing on, but another drop from Toybon Gaming going to be extending this lead for Bob. That first one was maybe forgivable. This one definitely going to prove to be a bit too much overcome, but Blankface does trade that miss back eventually. Last quarter of the map left to go, makes a small dent in that lead, but the fact that Toybon isn't at that 400 combo cap, not going to take advantage. But that second one, I don't think there's enough time to capitalize, but it is.
Ramsky is holding a very solid score, and I think that might just be enough on its own.
Yeah, for sure. Another get in the backpack moment for Ramsky, carrying their team to a second point here.
Good score.
Very good runs overall. Unfortunate for Toybon picking up a couple of misses. Did eventually get traded back by Blankface, but not enough. NTSCB unable to overcome the accuracy discrepancy to Ramsky to try and make any inroads. And it is 2-0 now.
Mm-hmm. And so now that J4F has already picked their protect, I'm interested to see what they go for. Could be Moon Halo, as we were kind of thinking about earlier, or it could be something else.
Yeah, Carnation maybe didn't work out the best.
It was close.
Yeah, it was pretty close for a little bit.
Pretty close.
At this point, yeah, Moon Halo might be a bit of a 180 in terms of stylistic mapping if you want to stay in the Rice. Strange Adventure definitely still on the table if you want to go for something a little bit chokeable. Want to deal with the LNs, but maybe not as much as something like Mentan or Melty Sweets.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like Strange and the kind of the high, like compared between Carnation and Oshino. Carnation definitely I feel like went better for J4F. And so Hybrid 2. Okay. So they're gonna pick Mentan. Interesting pick.
Not the
Picking
biggest.
The other team's protect.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a big momentum swing if they can manage to pull this off, but I'm not the biggest fan of this pick, at least in the context of these two teams' qualifier strengths. It definitely does feel like Bob has a physical edge, and this one definitely one of the more physically demanding maps in this pool. But I mean, hey, they might know something that we don't, and they could secretly be like super cracked at hybrids.
Yeah, they could just be cracked at this map specifically. I believe.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and It looks like Lemoncello is going to be checking back in for Bob here to back up Ramsky. Still no substitutions from the side of J4F. It looks like it's going to be Toybon and NT basically holding
nice
down
of
the board
them.
here.
How nice of them to announce subbing in and out.
Yeah, it doesn't leave any room for interpretation. Definitely explaining why players are suddenly leaving or re-entering. So definitely appreciated.
But it's definitely a bold pick for this. Picking the other team's protect is ballsy. That's I'm gonna leave it at that. Confidence, swag.
Yeah, sometimes you need to throw that Hail Mary out to try and get a foothold in a match. So can definitely respect the pick, even if I have some qualms with it. But I mean, hey, they're the ones playing. I'm the one commentating here. But so it looks like we are going to get into this third map. An opportunity for Bob to make it match point right out of the gate. An opportunity for J4F to notch a point on the board. Let's see how they do.
There we go.
Perfectly tied.
Perfectly tied.
Okay, map's over. We can go home. It's a tie. They split the point.
Perfect. Oh. Okay.
Gotta love Bancho sometimes. We'll be seeing a couple of iterations of this match being played out. 204 apiece for them. And it looks like everybody starts loading back in. Oh, and Lemoncello had a very
Lemoncello
nasty
had a
drop.
miss. Yeah. Jeez, Ramsky's act is crazy.
Yeah, 99.77, but right now, off the back of this very big
and
drop, but oh, Toybon.
miss. Oh no,
And it was-
Lemoncello miss was Client.
That was,
Oh.
we're being trolled left and right on this map for the moment. What we do know for sure is that Team Bob does have a significant lead over J4F for the moment, both their players in that 98% range. Meanwhile, Lemoncello and Ramsky really holding it down right now. Ramsky, most of all, standing above everybody else. 9.7 for them and climbing for the moment. Lemoncello just kind of grooving, coasting along, being able to make sure that they hold on to their FC for the moment to try and back them up. Last quarter of the map still to go, and this lead is about 40,000 points off the back of those misses from Toybon here.
And Toybon is back up to the combo cap, but I don't think it's enough. I think it's too late.
Oh, and that
NG
drop.
Getting a drop, that pretty much seals the deal.
Yeah, for sure. Another very impressive run from Team Bob, really showing off why they're a top 10 seed in this tournament. A black flag from Ramsky, 1-200, tarnishing that V1SS. And
Still
Lemoncello
990 though. Jeez. Very impressive scores out of Ramsky the whole match.
for sure. So Team Bob up to pick an opportunity to put a nice little bow on proceedings here, make it a 4-0 sweep. J4F going to do everything in their power to try and stave it off, but for right now, it looks like Bob has pick of the litter for the moment. Can definitely go into any of the maps and put up a pretty decent performance on them.
Toybon, it's not over.
It's not over. Still got a chance. You got to reverse sweep to try and force a tiebreaker, but it is still doable.
I believe. J4F, they've got this in the bag, for sure. Guaranteed.
For sure. It's just the only unfortunate thing is that it's not in their hands. It is their opponent's pick. One of the worst situations to be in. But they still got to perform.
Both Ramsky especially has just looked incredibly consistent throughout all of these maps. I think dropping like 9 200s across all of the maps played so far, which is pretty good. Subbing Lemoncello back out again for blank face.
Yeah, getting all three players into the fold here.
And Strange Inventor the pick.
The less physical pick overall definitely does bring J4F back into the equation. Don't have to worry about any very hard streams or losing accuracy to speedier moments.
Mm-hmm. This is the slightly more LN heavy hybrid pick though, and that could be interesting considering both teams banned LN. So we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah, very little room for error on a map like this. I think barely crosses, I want to say 800 notes. So singular drops can
Yeah.
cost you tens of thousands of points
Mhm.
if you find yourself making a mistake. Looks like all four players are ready. We're going to get into this fourth map of this best of 7 J4F, staring down the barrel of a trip to the round of 32 losers bracket. Bob, one map away from punching their ticket to the round of 32 winners bracket.
All right. I believe in the client. We're looking to just about get things synced up. Maybe not. Uh-oh.
Well, might just need to
Oh,
reload the client.
reload the client.
We'll get there.
There we
Perfect.
go.
Our wonderful streamer doing everything in their power to try and deliver us this fourth map, potentially match deciding map, as we wait for Blank
Mhm.
Face to catch up to everybody else. Looks like they're about 60 notes in, so gonna see this introduction without any music before.
Really good act from Blankface, at least in the intro.
Yeah, holding that strong 99.9. That being said, everybody's pretty much up there in terms of accuracy. The 99.7s from J4F. Ramsky going to be finding a bit of an accuracy drop in comparison to everybody else, but traded back
Mhm.
immediately by J4F. And now things swing back over to Bob. Blankface holding down the fort 4 right now. 99.81 for them and a 200 from NTSCB. Going to be damaging their accuracy. This map definitely punishes you greatly for tiny little slip ups like that. In a normal run, you wouldn't pay any mind to it, but in a match context like this, can make all the difference as we make our way into the second third of the map.
Weibon looking very good, as well as Blankface. Ramsey's
Ooh,
back might be getting a rest on this map, but oh, the miss from Toybon.
that one
And
was
I mean,
signed, sealed, and delivered.
technically they weren't at the combo cap, so it's not like the worst situation, but it's pretty bad considering the low note count.
Yeah, I think by the time they make it to that 400 combo cap, will be at the end of the song, and especially towards the halfway point, there's definitely not any room for error. They're definitely going to need to bank on a miss from Ramsky or Blankface to try and hand them a bit of a lifeline here, and another one from
Another
Toybon.
miss. Oh,
I
that's
don't think
rough.
that's nerves. I think they were saying that their keyboard was having some issues, but I mean, an
Oh,
unfortunate there, another slider break. I think their keyboard's giving out on them, and that is
that's
unfortunate for them.
tragic. Jeez, the score from Blankface on this is looking impeccable though.
Yeah, for sure. 99.87 and climbing. Definitely showing off a little bit of that prowess on the side of Bob. Giving Ramsky a bit of a break. They've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting for them. Basically like, hey, get in my bag. We'll finish this out together. Meanwhile,
Mhm.
on the side of J4F, NTSCB doing everything in their power to try and keep this as close as possible. With the map coming to an end, there is not a lot of time left. One last burst for the players to read through.
But I think it's just over. So, congratulations to Team Bob with their 4-0 victory over J4F and the B1 double. Jeez, that ratio from
Yeah,
Blankface is ridiculous.
yeah, 65 is definitely one of the higher
Oh my
scores on this
goodness.
map.
But yeah, congratulations to Team Bob on their great scores throughout and their win. And also, good job by J4F on making it through the match. And I'm excited to see their run through losers.
For sure. With that being said, that will do it for us. At least for this block, our next match is going to be in about 2 hours, 15 minutes. It is going to be Delicate Cuisine going against Meow.
Meow.
And then 2 hours after that, it's going to be Zhang AI Family going against World's Fattest Gamers. And that'll start off a bit of a block of its own. After that, it'll be Forgotten World and versus Residual Current Device. And then we start to round out the round of 64 weekend. A lot of matches still to come. A couple left to be streamed, but on behalf of us here on the staff team and my co-commentator Pice, we hope you all have a wonderful evening or start to your Sunday, and we'll catch you all in about 2 hours.
Yep. Goodbye, y'all.